Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title, today's video is going to be my go-to fresh-faced summer skin routine. Try saying that 10 times fast. The entire purpose of today's video is to give you guys a once-over on basically what I do to achieve a simple look like this for the summer. Very frequently you'll see me very bare lid, touch of mascara, even complexion and a light gloss, something that's nice and easy. Obviously, if you wanted to up the game and throw on a bold lip or do something a little more dramatic on the eyes, you absolutely can. But for me, this is a very simple, lightweight, easy look that lasts the entire day, even in the warmest of days in the summer. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching. Please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week. And that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. Also, because this video is so complexion heavy, there's nothing on the eyes other than a little bit of bronzer, so you don't have to worry about that. This is really just focusing in depth on primers, foundations, concealer, powder, and the type of products I get to achieve this look, not a full-on eye look. So let me know down below what kind of an eye look you guys would pair with this type of complexion, and let's jump right into the video. So I am going to start off by prepping the skin. I'm going to start by taking the Murad Hydration Prebiotic Multi-Mist. This is going to be beautiful to start. It is a priming and setting mist, but it also works as skincare. Prebiotic, so like healthy bacteria. It's helping to stimulate the good bacteria on the skin while preventing the bad bacteria on the skin. So it's not going to cause breakouts and it's going to help to eliminate that, but it's just going to help to give that skin like that nice hydrated base, a nice little glow before you go in with everything else, which is great because the foundation primer I'm going to use is the Pores Be Gone Matte Primer from First Aid Beauty. Now this is a blurring and smoothing and also a mattifying primer. So this is something I like to take because I am very oily, and during the summer especially, I have to make sure that my pores are completely evened out, especially because as things get hotter and grosser, my pores like open up huge. So by going in with something like this, it's going to smooth everything over and give us a beautiful, smooth base for everything that's going to go on top. And once that's on, I'm going to take one more spray of the Prebiotic Mist, just to add a little more of that hydrating glow. This is summertime, so I don't want to be oily and I don't want to be shiny, but I also don't want to be super, super matte. So this is going to be that perfect blend of hydrated and glowy, but still controlling my oils. So now the choice of foundation is less important in the summertime than application is. Because for me, I'm going to be using a fresh wear foundation no matter what. I use oil control skincare, I use oil control primer. So for me, it's more about the application to keep things looking smooth and flawless. So I'm going to start by taking a little bit of the Loreal Infallible Fresh Wear, and I'm going to grab that on a foundation brush. I'm just going to take one pump of this, and I'm going to really just concentrate that in the center of the face where I find I need the most coverage. And then switching off to my Dior Air Flash, I'm going to take this and spray some right on the tip of my beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend that over everything. So as you can see, we did not go for like a super full coverage look. We really just wanted to cancel out any redness and get rid of any discoloration. So then I'm just going to dip into concealer. I am going to take the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and I'm going to use this. You'll see that this is pretty dark. Like, it's still a concealer shade and it's not going to be like contouring, but it is definitely very close, if not a perfect match for my foundation shade once I blend this out. So this is just going to help to cancel everything out, but it's still going to give you a skin-like finish that's not overly highlighted. Unfortunately, people who like to, really go bright on the under eye, I do, but I find that this time of year, that just looks fake and artificial. So for me, I would rather go with a more exact match to conceal my under eye and make it look perfect. And then I'll take just a tiny bit of a lighter concealer and I will use that to brighten. For that lighter concealer, I'm going to be grabbing my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star Concealer in C4. And I'm literally just going to give myself the tiniest pinpoints in the center of the face. This is not a lot, but it's just enough to add a little bit of brightness. And I'm going to take a touch of my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star setting powder in the shade Rose. And I'm just going to pat that on the under eye, in the crease of my forehead where I like to crease, and over the nose, and that's it for powder. Well, that's it for loose powder. Then I'm going to grab a fluffy brush, and I'm going to grab my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Finishing Powder, and I'm just going to swirl that powder and press that over the rest of the face. Now I do still have a little bit of that under eye powder baking a tad, just to make sure that there's no creasing and things stay flawless throughout the day. While that is going, I'm just going to prime my eyelids and throw on a quick brow, and I'll be right back. Beautiful. So now that that is done, I'm going to take one last spritz of the Prebiotic Mist, just to kind of take down that powder. I will be taking a long-wearing setting spray at the end, but this is just going to help to get rid of that powder now. So for summertime, I do like a little bit more of like a soft, glowy skin. I want a little bit of a softer effect. So I do not really go in with contour during the summer, but I do like to bronze. I am totally eating my words. I've been loving the Shady Biz bronzer from Fenty Beauty. I did use this in a couple videos, and I didn't love it, and I think I just wasn't using it right. You definitely have to like load your brush up and then start off soft and then press harder, and you will definitely get a nice depositive application. So I know I said I didn't like this, and I'm going to completely chalk that up to user error. It's definitely a little more on the sheer side, and it does take some building up before you can get it as full opacity as like I can with my Marc Jacobs. But I mean, you see the effect. It's definitely very pretty, and it does give you a nice warm sun-kissed effect on the skin. Okay, so I just took a little bronzer to contour the nose and throw in the crease. This is the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced. This is like a Point Perk version that was like 100 points at Sephora. I keep this around because it's like about the size of a single shadow. It's not a full bronzer. I don't love this for bronzer, but for nose contour and just a light little wash of color in the crease, I do love it. So I do keep this around just for contouring. For blush, to get that very glowy sun-kissed effect, I'm going to be using the Colorete Blush Trio from Alamar Cosmetics. This is the medium tan, because they do have 3 kits, medium tan. And I'm going to be taking a little bit of a mixture of Seclusion and Isla, and that's going to be the lighter 2 shades. I'm going to predominantly focus the coral and then just take a touch of the pink, because again, we want this to be like a soft, barely there effect. And I am going to dust a little bit down the nose and around the forehead. This is where the sun naturally hits us when we go outside, so we kind of want to emulate that a little bit more with our blush. And I am going to take a touch of my Tropic Hues blush from Loreal. This is one of my favorite glowy blushes. And I'm just going to take that as like a blush topper over the high point of the cheek. This blush is so luminous and glowy. So this is kind of going to be what's going to blend our highlight into our blush. That way we're going to get kind of a nice mix of glowy skin down the whole cheek and not just on the high points. So because we have that glowy cheek from the blush, I'm going to be taking Silverlake from Stila. This is very similar to the Fenty Diamond Bomb highlighter, but this one came out first, and I actually like it more because it's a little bit, the sparkles in it are a little more subtle, so it's definitely still high shine. And I'm just going to take that on the cheekbone. What I love about this is it is definitely like this wet on the skin glow, and I'm going to have to show you guys how this does amp up the cheek. Let me change the lighting. So you see how that just pulls this like wet sheen on the top of the cheek? And in person, I don't know if it's translating exactly on camera, it's full of sparkle. So rather than it just being a flat highlight or a metallic highlight, It's definitely more in the sparkly family. Now I am going to amp that up a little bit. I'm going into my Natasha Denona Diamond Blush palette. This has a diamond powder with a very similar effect. Because the Stila is more of a cream, I do like to take a little bit more of a powder highlight with the same effect, just to layer it over the top, because we do want it to be very glowy. Just grabbing my normal highlighting brush, I'm just going to blend that down a little bit towards the blush. And then I'm going to jump into my Flower Beauty Seal the Deal setting spray, which is my long wearing all day long setting spray. So that setting spray is going to help ensure that this lasts all day long, and a touch more of the Murad just to give that glow back. With whatever's left on my highlighting brush, I'm just going to lightly pat that onto the lids just for a barely there glowy base. And the last thing I'm going to do is grab a pinky gloss. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. So I'm just going to go curl my lashes, throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back. And that is it. This is my go-to routine for lightweight, effortless, glowy skin for the summertime. Now that the warmer weather is here, I just want something that's going to be light, fresh-faced, and easy. Obviously, you compare this with a smoky eye or a bold lip or something a little bit more dramatic. But as far as the skin, once we hit summer, this is basically my go-to routine. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!